has finally arrived, and I'm here to tell you about the perfect fragrances to wear in that season. So if you are in the mood for a more fun, uplifting, fresh fragrances, then please keep on watching. Buongiorno, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to share with you my favorite springtime fragrances. So I went through my collection and selected the best for you. And I went from the colder days, so beginning spring, to the more warm spring days. Most of these fragrances have a little bit of a fun and uplifting character to them and a little bit flirtatious. Enough talking, and now let's start with my list. And I will start with the colder days, like the one we have now here in Italy, northern Italy. So my first pick for this kind of weather is Valentino Donna Born in Roma. This is a fruity floral. Ooh. I'm already in the mood. Yeah, I love this fragrance so much. Actually, this is one of the fruity florals that you can pull off during winter time. But I find myself always grabbing this one like during end winter, beginning springtime. This is the best fragrance to represent this kind of atmosphere. So it's warm and sweet, but has still some freshness to it. Mostly what you get is blackcurrant, jasmine, and vanilla, but the vanilla here is somehow uplifted by the black currant. It's so beautiful, and in my opinion also like teenager can wear this fragrance because it has this really fun aspect to it. It's also very sexy, so I also recommend this one for date night, but I actually wear this during the day in more colder days. So that was a Valentino Donna Born in Roma. Similar to the Valentino Born in Roma is Romamor from Laura Biagiotti. What I mean by similar is that they have the same vibe. So this is a vanilla fruity fragrance. I don't know why people don't talk about this fragrance, because it's a beautiful fruity vanilla. You always find this one on sale, and again you can wear this one in winter, but I personally prefer it for like these days, end winter, beginning springtime, because again it has this really fun and uplifting vibe to it. It's warm and cozy, but still has a little bit of freshness in it. Mostly what you get in this fragrance is vanilla and red berries. If you hear this and you think about La Nuit Trésor, no, it's not the same. Although the performance is quite nice on this one, and also the sillage. So if you love red berries, then check this one out. This one for me is a little bit warmer than Valentino Donna Born in Roma, just because of the black currant, and Valentino Donna has a little bit of sharpness to it. Next is Jasmin's Marzipane, and this is from the private line from Lancome. I think I talk about this fragrance almost in every video. Sorry, but I really like it, and oh, I love this fragrance so much. If you love jasmine, you have to check this out. In my opinion, it's worth the money. And this is mostly jasmine, but also you get a little bit of vanilla. It has almond wood, so not almond. So if you hear the name Jasmin's Marzipan and you think this is a gourmand, it's not. This is a beautiful, intoxicating, sexy jasmine. So if we talk about fragrances that almost you only smell jasmine, this is my favorite one. So you do have to like jasmine to like this fragrance. The only issue with this one is it's a little bit strange when we are talking about longevity and sillage. So when you spray it, it projects like a beast, really. Usually fragrances fade away quite slowly. This one has this almost beast mode to it for the first hour, maximum 2 hours, and then suddenly it disappears. So it's not like it fades away. No, it just suddenly disappears. At least this is my experience with it. So do test this one on your skin. And if anyone owns this fragrance, please tell me in the comments down below. Do you have a similar experience with it? I'm really curious about that. So yeah, you can wear this fragrance all year round, but I personally love it for end winter, beginning springtime. So yeah, Jasmines Marzipan, a must if you love jasmine. Next is Givenchy I will just call it Irresistible. This is the flanker that came out last year. It's not a flanker from their line Live Irresistible. And I used this fragrance a lot during springtime last year. It's a very fun fragrance, quite young. It has a very young vibe to it. Definitely a powdery, musky floral. I really recommend this one for springtime, but you have to love iris. It's a beautiful iris, rose, and pear fragrance. This is the only problem I have with this fragrance. I discovered that I actually hate iris. So I think I will declutter this fragrance, but I do recommend it because it's really lovely and it really uplifts your mood and it's perfect for this time of the year. So Givenchy Irresistible. Next is the famous Idôle. This one is the intense one. Again, a floral fragrance. This is jasmine and rose with some woody notes in the base. I recommend the intense one for the colder spring and the original one for a more warm spring days. I did a dedicated video where I did the comparison between both of them, which I will leave linked down below and in the eye up here. Mostly this is a jasmine, more warm fragrance, and this is a typical rose fragrance. So if you love florals and especially rose, check these out. Again, both of them are very easy going, easy to grab, clean, fresh floral fragrances, and I highly recommend them. We are moving more and more to like the warm spring, and my next one is Amouage Honor. And this is a beautiful gardenia with some creaminess in it. It's so beautiful. For me, this is spring or wedding in a bottle. Yeah, definitely screams white dress in my opinion. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Of course, we are talking about Amouage, so it has an amazing performance. Sillage is moderate, but I highly recommend this fragrance. I know Amouage is quite expensive, but from the ones I tested, this is definitely my favorite and it's perfect for springtime. So Amouage Honor. Next is my new fragrance from Maison Lancome, and this is Pivoine Printemps. Again, sorry if I'm butchering the name. It's very fresh. It has also rose and pink pepper, and I get a little bit of muskiness in it. It's really beautiful, really fresh and uplifting. The only thing that this has like about 3-4 hours of longevity on your skin, but I really didn't find any peony fresh fragrance that lasted longer. So for that I find it okay. Definitely if you love rose and peony, check this one out, and again look at the bottle. The private line from Lancome has the most stunning bottles of all time. So yeah, Pivoine Printemps. So it's getting warmer and warmer, and now let's go to peony fragrances. And my first pick is Pivoine Suzhou. I hope I'm not butchering the name. This is a fruity peony. Has the same vibe but not similar. They are not similar at all to Holy Peony. But in Holy Peony I get more peony than in Pivoine Suzhou. Pivoine Suzhou has just a beautiful raspberry in it. A fresh sweet peony, has a transparent watery quality to it. My only issue is that this one doesn't last so long on your skin, so you will get like 4 hours. For me personally, 4 hours for a fresh peony, and this is an eau de toilette, is okay. But again, we are talking about the private line for Armani, so it's quite expensive. I got this one on sale. So if you find a discount on this fragrance, grab it. This is so beautiful. I think this is one of the best sellers from like the O collection in this line. I love it. I personally love it and I highly, highly recommend it. Jasmin des Anges, and this is a private line from Christian Dior. A beautiful jasmine fragrance. Oh, it just transports me in time and places. As I said many times, this one reminds me of the jasmine that you smell in Egypt. So especially when you spray it, when you first spray it, you really get this authentic Egyptian jasmine. In the dry down, however, it gets a little bit sweeter. The jasmine is toned down a little bit. This is springtime in the garden for me. You are in the garden, it's shining, you are surrounded by the beautiful jasmine. It's just beautiful. I really, really love it. Longevity and sillage is average, but I think this is something you have to deal with when you are talking about fresh fragrances in general. And this is one of my favorites from the line. I adore it. So Jasmin des Anges, again, a must for Jasmines lovers. Next, I have from Givenchy Irresistible Blossom Crush. And this is a very nice rose, peony, raspberry fragrance, a little bit sweet from the fruits and vanilla, but still a very fresh and uplifting fragrance. Perfect for springtime. It's suitable for all ages. Again, very fun, uplifting, fresh spring fragrance. Longevity and sillage is not the best, but it's okay for what it is. Especially that it's quite affordable because it's always on sale somehow or on discount shops. So if you love a sweet, fruity rose and peony, check this one out. It really surprised me. Yeah, Givenchy Live Irresistible. Last on my list is Versace Bright Crystal Absolu. This is a more fruity version of the original Bright Crystal. Both are perfect springtime fragrances. The original one for me is more summer, so it's really for hot days. And as the original one, this has peony, but it has also a lot of raspberry and watery notes. So you really get this watery, peony, raspberry scent. I like it. My only issue, and this is why I was a little bit on the fence if I should include it or not, this lasts like less than 2 hours on my skin. I know a lot of people love this one, and I wonder if it performs the same, because it's a cheapie, so you always find this one on discount somehow. So I think a lot of people don't mind like spraying a lot and like having it in their purse and continue spraying it during the day because it's so cheap. Of course, doesn't smell expensive, but it's really, really nice, fresh peony fragrance. And from all the fragrances that I showed you, this is where the peony really shines. So Versace Bright Crystal Absolu. These are all the fragrances that I recommend for springtime that I personally am looking forward to wear this spring. I hope you liked this video and I hope it was helpful, and if it did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you are a fragrance lover, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. See you next time. Ciao.